Most excellent. So it says that we're live and namaste and welcome. Akasha here, Nan Akasha. And I'm super excited to be here. I've had so many things happening since I returned from the retreats and a massive personal transmutation, the metamorphosis, the evolution, the emergence that we're all in and everyone. So please come into the temple. Everyone is going through it. So we're going through it. Everyone in our lives is going through it. Every government, every culture, every society, every tree, every rock, all the water, everything is going through this massive metamorphosis. So we've just had a big one. I do the retreats and the other work for furthering the path for myself. I'm meant to be a path clearer. I go ahead, I fall in the ditch, I get shot, I get killed, I figure out what you can get. What you can gain from that, what's the power of it, and then I come back as your guide. So I hope that you're here in a beautiful breakdown because we're having an incredible opportunity right now. We've also just been through the eclipse. I know some people are claiming it's like the biggest thing that's ever happened. I don't think it's quite that big. However, it's very, very important because in the moment. So we're doing the spiritual weather report today. And that's where we talk about these energies of what is happening in the cosmos and what does it mean for us energetically, spiritually, financially, with our health. How is it helping our transformation, our healing, and how is it freeing us from past limits and in every form, and assisting us to step into the unknown, to be the creator of the reality we came here to create. So thank you, fellow creator, for being here with me. We have some white sage and we have some copal here that we've been clearing the space with. So you can feel that, you can enjoy that. And then what I want you to do is recognize that when you come anywhere with me, you're walking in sacred space. So what happens is you begin to enter the sacred space, you begin to shift your frequency, and this sacred smoke is helping to clear and cleanse the heaviness that's keeping you stuck in the present moment so you can fully be here together. This way you receive the most healing, the most intuitive downloads, the most activations. So as you enter the sacred space, also, you may know or realize that in this sacred space, everything is attuned to your highest good and what's optimal for you at this time. So if you've heard that before, good. And if that's new to you, use those words because that's what you want in every moment. So the prosperity grandmothers have been assisting us so powerfully in showing that being in the present moment, which we've heard for a long time, is more than what we thought. And it means that we're not obsessed with, attached to, or recreating the past. We're not giving our power to it, which means we're not thinking about it. We're not thinking about who did what to us. Why don't I have that? I wished I'd said something different. When you accept exactly what's happened, you come more into the present moment. When you're not worrying, of course we plan, of course we make appointments, of course we're like, wow, I'm just on the verge of revealing the Avalon retreat in October. So pure magic has just opened portals. One of the visions I got was just so incredible. It was like one of those little calendars you get around Christmas time. I don't know what they're called. I think they're called Advent calendars, maybe. But there's little tiny paper doors. And each day you get to open a door and there's something there. And then people have made versions of those. And the Tor, which is the Isle of Avalon, if you understand what that is, it's part of the King Arthur, the Holy Grail, the Magdalene, lots of all of that magic there, and then deep into the goddess or the sacred feminine world, the Lady of the Lake, and all of the different energies. The beauty is the magic, the fairy kingdom, the layers. You've got Atlantis and stone circles like Stonehenge, so ancient they're not sure. You have the Druids, right? You have the goddess cultures. You have this ancient Christian, or the Holy Grail, which is chalice, so it's feminine. It represents the sacred feminine. We're all on the search for the sacred feminine. And it's true. So I feel really, really excited that I've been called back. And I know that my spirit's been called back, and I'm not forcing it to happen, which is okay, because I need to say, oh, this would be nice, in order for me to realize, or when something comes up, I have to put it through that inner filter. So what's happening right now in the spiritual weather? Well, the tour, which used to be surrounded by water. So it is the Isle of Avalon, which is the mystical, mythical, or very real Isle of the sacred feminine, of the sacred goddess energies. And now in the physical reality, most people who go there see a big hill with no water around it anymore. If you look at it from above, it has very strange shape, carved terraces, looks like female genitalia to me. It is considered perhaps a druidic labyrinth, for how you went up it. There, of course, it was underwater for a while. So there's so much magic, and I'm immersed in it, reading, talking to people there, finding the perfect magical people that we're going to make wands. And we're going to go with this Celtic goddess woman who knows the area. And we're going to do it the way that I learned from the shaman. Is you go to the forest, you go to the land, you ask for the pieces for your wand, you go to the different sacred sites and the wells, and you bless it and have ceremony. And it's going to be amazing. We're going to co-create this one day where this is what we're doing. So we're out going to these sacred sites, but with a purpose. And we're building an intentional wand. Now, the Lady of the Lake is known for the sword, Excalibur, which represents what? Picking up your destiny, picking up your mission, being willing to reach into the spirit world, rebalance your truth, accept your mission. These are all the things that Arthur had to do when he was taken into the goddess realm for his initiation in order to become. Now, he was a student of Merlin, and so was Morgana, his half-sister, and so was all of these other people. So we have a lot of Merlin energy, and we have a lot of Michael, Archangel Michael energy, which is all that's left on top of this hill, because, of course, the Christians came and built a big church on top. Luckily, it was to St. Michael, I don't call him St. Michael. He's my fabulous friend who's here all the time, Archangel Michael. So there's this incredible blending of cultures, paths, myths, stories, archetypes, powers, energies, even to the point where they believe maybe that Arthur and Guinevere were buried at the Abbey here, and the Holy Grail may be here and was thrown into the well, which is why it's red. And this is just giving you a little taste of the magic that I'm living in right now. So as that's creating through me, the perspective that I have on the world is changing. I'm changing because I rebirthed 8 times in the caves and the waters, and I went through 2 retreats and deep ceremonies, and I went through the eclipse just like you, and so and I'm living my life. So all of these things are opportunities that we have every day. Whatever you're going through, if it's an intentional retreat to go in and create spiritual experiences, reconnections, soul retrievals, these are the kinds of things that I do, and I love to do it in sacred places. This is where we're moving to. So the next 5-6 months until October, when I'll be there for these 2 retreats that I'll share more with you soon about, is the dragon year energy is quite powerful. So we talked a lot about that. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You get notifications, which tells you when we go live, and you go look at the playlists. There's a playlist for spiritual weather reports, and you can go back to anything there. There's a lot of eclipse energy ones that are really interesting to go back to, and we did quite a few about the year of the dragon, which is what we're in. It's new growth and creativity, power, and magic. It's a masculine energy. It's a sacred masculine energy. What does the sacred masculine do? Well, we haven't seen a whole lot of that embodied here on the planet. However, this is a sacred masculine energy. So it's going to come in with power. It's going to come in with all of that potential strength, but in a sacred way, which means I'm here to play my part, my role, and I build. So we have this powerful dragon energy now. We've moved through the eclipse into a whole new place. That reality is within you. It's who you think you are. It's your thoughts, beliefs, choices, and you may still feel like you're physically in the same reality. However, that is melting and changing as well, depending on how aware you are right now in this moment of the transformation that you're in. My mastermind group, which we're adding just a few more people right now, so get an appointment with me. Email me, text me, whatever, however you want to contact us. You can send an email to asst@nanakasha.com. And what will happen is that you will have an opportunity to walk with a group and have your transformation and see your breakdown and understand the deeper meaning behind, oh, I tripped and fell and hurt my hip, or I'm having, such discord with my partner, or I'm completely melting to who I thought I was. I don't want to be around the same people. I don't want to hang around the same friends. I have no desire to go and do the things I used to do, but I'm still doing them, or I'm feeling alone, or wherever you are on your path. So thank you for being in your breakdown. Thank you for being a part of this really powerful moment. And we always have really powerful energies in my temple, in my sacred space, on my planet. And I'm not saying that I own your planet. I'm saying that my reality is mine and yours is yours. No one sees it the same. No one's going to understand. Nobody can make the choices except you. So we have some very powerful energies interacting right now. We have a goddess planet that was only discovered about, less than 20 years ago. And interestingly, she just went through being highlighted by the sun. The sun represents self. It represents illumination. It is the gold ray of creation, which again builds a structure, brings, oh, here's what you said you wanted to do. Here's your blueprint. Here's your mission. Here's your powers. Here's your fully funded mission. So as you go deeper into a space where you have more yet less, because there's a sense of loss, right? There's, I hate this. Why is this so painful? Yet it wasn't painful when you were oblivious to the fact that you were living a life that was somebody else's, that you were worried about what everybody else thinks, that you were sacrificing yourself, that you were wasting your time, that you weren't making choices for your truth, your health, your environment. All of these things you can't continue. Well, you can. The suffering, the struggle will get worse. And as it gets worse, it's speaking to you. It isn't, oh my God, my life sucks. I'm the victim. Why me? Why me? It's, oh my gosh, what am I still attached to? What is this discord showing me where I'm out of harmony? How can I realign to harmony? Now, it doesn't mean that the spiritual path and this breakdown we're on is going to feel good. Oh, now I know I'm spiritually awakening. Now I know that my money's about to appear. Now I know that my love is coming because I'm feeling peace. Maybe, maybe not. That is not actually how change works. So that is an illusion that we've perpetuated because we were all in so much pain. And I totally get it. Okay. All I wanted was freedom from my pain, emotional pain, mental pain, thinking about myself, not feeling good enough, afraid of the future, judging the past, all the different things, all the different ways in which we have been living in a paradigm, in a reality of a structure that we entered. We entered it for a reason. There's no mistake, okay? So spending any of your energy not being in the present moment because of worrying about the past, if you're processing it, if you're crying it out, if you're screaming it out, if you're writing it out, if you're just chanting, if you're doing a little bit of stretching or dancing or yoga or blowing in the wind or connecting to the elements, if you're using the energies that are coming up, they may be painful past memories, or they may be frustrations of when something going to change. Yet the attachment to, look what happened to me, look what I did, why isn't it, what if I recreate the old, that just recreates the old, 100% guaranteed. And so how often can you pull yourself into the present moment? Well, the present moment isn't necessarily comfortable. And we're having a Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. What is a conjunction? I'm going to share all of this with you. I'm going to tell you what a conjunction is, the energies for Uranus, Jupiter. It's in Taurus at 21 degrees. That means that if you have a 21 degree anywhere in your natal chart, just get it. It's free all over the place. Get it. And then go and look at it and just look, is there a 21 degree anywhere in your chart or whatever we happen to be going to? All that's going to tell you, unless you want to go deeper, is that, oh, it's like right on target, someone's throwing something to you and it's going to be landing in your lap. It's a direct hit. So we're going exact with this conjunction on the 20th. It's now the 18th. So you have a little bit of time. However, we've been feeling it since the beginning of the year, essentially, and now more powerfully that we have shed a lot of shit and walked into a new room, a new container, a new space that isn't quite familiar to us yet. Who am I? Have I changed? I don't know. Do I feel different? Do I act different? Is my sickness gone? Where's the money? Where's this? What's the solution for that? That's again a distraction of future or past. Present moment, the grandmothers say, is where peace lives. If you look at the scale of consciousness, it's in my shop, it's free for you. You will see that peace is a very high state of consciousness. It's a very high frequency. Guess what you can't feel when you are in peace? You can't feel anger, shame, blame. You can't feel like a victim. You can't crave. You can't be scared of the past. You might bring a little bit of peace in and all of your fear, so you feel a little peaceful, a little more peaceful. Don't be obsessed with needing to feel it all right now. Where is it? Damn it. Because you're the block. I'm the block to my reality unfolding in the next most optimal way. And I'm figuring it out by listening to the moment, listening to the feelings, doing the things I need to do in the physical world to take care of my reality, and consistently coming back and saying, what is the cosmic weather? What's the spiritual weather telling me? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I can totally see that coming up. I love what I do because I'm not just doing my own personal work, and I am 24/7. Okay. And please don't buy into these people who are out there selling perfection. They aren't perfect. And if they say they are, they're lying. Oh, everything just happened for me and I have everything perfect in my life. It's not true. And it's wonderful and inspiring to see people who achieve a goal, and yet nothing manifests the way that you want it, expect it, or crave it to be. Nothing lasts as long as you want or forever, and everything goes through a curve. So people who spent their whole lives or decades dedicated to chasing money, to wanting money, to craving money, to being really driven for success. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying the end result can be aligned with your beliefs. You've achieved success, and then you may stand up one day and go, I'm all alone. My wife left me. I worked too much, but I was working to make all the money that she wanted. I thought that's what she wanted, but now she's gone. And I'm not happy, or I'm unhealthy, or now I'm dying of a heart attack and all my money in the world won't buy health for me, or I missed my children growing up, or I didn't go on that retreat. I missed that equinox. I can tell you that I live my life now as much as possible to prevent regrets. Regret is the state of guilt. It's the emotion of guilt, and it's horrible. And it's a low state of consciousness, second lowest state you can exist within. Your state determines everything, what you see and what you don't see, what you believe and take action towards or are willing to say, and what you don't. Don't be fooled that your state doesn't matter. You must become the master of your state. You must understand where you are. You must understand what affects you. You must understand that you're going to be triggered, that you're going to be shedding stuff, that you're going to be receiving stuff, you're going to be creating stuff. Nothing is going to last forever. Everything is coming faster and faster in the moment. Birthing, dying, birthing, dying, birthing, dying. One day you might want this, the next day you don't want it. Then you go, oh, I wasted my time. You did not waste your time. You did not waste your time when you were living in a marriage that ended up not working. You were doing your soul work. Stop disrespecting yourself and give yourself love, respect, and value for everything you've been through, because Jupiter expands things. It's fortune and good luck and positivity and all those great things. But the underlying thing is, remember, Jupiter in this conjunction, which means they're together, they're blending, it's going to expand everything. So is it expanding your pain right now? Is it expanding your frustration? Is it expanding your inability to follow what you know you're meant to do next? It's okay. I avoided asking for my separation for a long time until physically I was getting ill and all kinds of symptoms. And it just pushed me to the point where I was like, okay, is your body talking to you? Is your mind? Is your mood? Are you tripping? Are you running into things? There's a lot of reasons for what's happening. They're very complex and personal. And yet these overriding energies are huge right now that are opening giant doors and saying, okay, now you're going through this fun house. Okay. Now, Uranus is about sudden, radical, unexpected change. And it's awakening change, like, woo, suddenly I no longer care what anybody else thinks. Holy shit, what was I doing? All that stuff I was chasing in my life doesn't matter. Who am I now? What does matter to me? Where do I want to put my energies? How do I want to value myself? Where do I want to spend my time? Am I willing to keep acquiescing to everybody else's desires and live this very frustrating life? Because many of you are to the point where your same friends, your same home, your same environment, your same relationships, your same job, your same way of communicating, your same whatever isn't working. And it can be very confusing and very frustrating, which is wonderful about the mastermind. The mastermind that's just about complete forming has been going for several weeks, in terms of, like, if you decide to join now, you're not missing out. Otherwise, I wouldn't let you in. Okay. But it's been interesting because a mastermind isn't just me showing up to see you, guide you, open doors. Yes, of course, I'm doing that. This is about everybody sharing, seeing each other, reflecting, encouraging, lifting up. And there was about 3 or 4 days when many of us were in deep meltdown and expressing super vulnerably together. And because we have a chat, and each person of the group was stepping in and supporting and reflecting and loving. And people were like, oh my gosh, that means so much to me. You touched me, you opened me, you helped me release this, you helped me this, you did this, you did that. That's what a mastermind is. So this is about prosperity being in the peaceful present moment. It's about your power being in the peaceful present moment. It's about your purpose or your mission or your purpose now or next, because your purpose changes, your mission doesn't. It's the promise you made to your soul is shifting, and it's in the present moment. So everything is for our spiritual growth, whether it feels good or not. I didn't like breaking my family up, so to speak, and leaving and wanting out, from my ex. I wanted to make it work. I worked as long as I could, and everything fell apart. It wasn't just him. Well, there was a huge portal, and I don't have a clue what the spiritual weather was doing at that time. I wasn't aware of this. Not that it would have prevented what needed to happen, but I would have been able to see it and track it and understand and read the messages coming in my mind, the messages coming in my body to me. But at the time, even though I was deep into this work, I wasn't this deep. I lived this 24/7. What does that mean? What does this mean? Oh, look at that pattern. Oh, that's interesting. I've been stepping out of the unknown, releasing a lot of physical through illness. And I've been realizing that the energies of toxicity, poison, inflammation, reactions like that, all of that, which have been a part of my life on and off a lot, are messengers, right? And so now I was going deeper. What's the deeper message here? What's the one that was covered by all the other ones I've uncovered over the last 40 years, right? So you're never judging yourself for where you are, because you're exactly where you're meant to be. You couldn't be somewhere else. So you can choose now, in this now moment, to think differently, to let Jupiter expand what? Give Jupiter a chance. Say, I want to communicate with you, and for the good fortune and the positivity and the expansion, here are things that I am ready and willing to allow to receive. for you to do that. And I also surrender to the optimal path for my highest good at this time, because Uranus is here saying, I'm going to take you in a new direction. It's time to awaken. What is going to awaken? Your awareness that you can't stay in that job. You can't keep doing your life from forcing, from not feeling good enough, from carrying the idea that you're always behind, there's not enough, from getting frustrated with things that block your agenda and making it move forward. I am aware that many people live in a much faster paced lifestyle than I do. Not only do I live on the beach in a small fishing town in the Yucatan, next to the jungle with Mayans who have that native culture of softness and quiet and peace and not speaking a lot and being very respectful of space. It's very interesting. And then I don't have my children at home anymore, and I don't commute to a job. Okay. So I have a certain kind of lifestyle. It's partially because of my age. It's partially because of choice, mostly because of choice of things that have led me here. What is important to realize is that I absolutely love my life and my lifestyle right now. I'm able to be and become and walk in a way that's more aware and creates more transformation for me. Now, what happens for you? Same thing. You can make a choice from wherever you are. If you stand here and say, wow, it would be so nice to live on the beach, that's wonderful. Let that desire live within you, but not make it a craving or a reason to feel bad or like you're the unlucky one. If it's triggering any of that, Uranus is going to say, let's leave that behind. Let's go in a new direction. So you can see how using these energies go to both sides. They can be good or bad, malefic or benefic, and they can be used or will show up in ways maybe you think are terrible and you realize in a week or a year, wow, that was like the best thing ever. Otherwise, I would have taken that job. Otherwise, I would have done that thing, or I would have made that agreement, and it was not the right thing for me. I was still living inside of everyone else's reality. Okay, so let's say hi. Oh, hi, Brittany. Hi, beautiful girl. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Maureen. I'm so excited we're going to talk. Hi, Kim. Hello, Susan. And Josie. Hello, beautiful. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Amy. Hi, Lucille. Oh, wonderful. I love it when you guys say hi. Let's go ahead and dive in and see what is happening. There's so much to share with you. I'm not going to read every slide. However, I write the slides kind of for me because I look up the energies like, oh, it's a this and a this and a this. And then I start talking to them. What's this now? And now I just want to, okay. Some reason it won't let me in. Okay, so I have to do this every single time. So I have to use a different browser and all the other fun tech stuff. So in the meantime, we're going to talk about Eris. So I want you to know about this beautiful goddess. So for me, the goddess energy is rising. You can equate that term goddess to sacred feminine, divine feminine, the masculine feminine, the yin, whatever aspect of that. However, we're coming back into balance and it's a hot mess as we realize, what are we doing? How could we do that? Why are we doing that? This isn't right. And I love the awareness that's really sweeping the planet, that history is complete lies, that nothing that we were told or made to memorize growing up has any basis in reality, or very, very little. And it was all written by the winner, the conqueror, and usually for control and manipulation to create a particular story to get people to agree to certain things. So we know that that happens. It doesn't matter. We don't need to go back and blame anybody. We need to say, oh, okay. And we go and say, oh, now is the time when I am waking up to the fact that I have repressed my feminine aspects, even if you haven't. And, you know, maybe that to you means how you dress or if you wear lipstick. To me, what it means is Do you embrace the intuitive side and give it your intuition, your ability to see, sense, and feel hidden realms, subtle realms, communicate to spirit guides, to the sun, to the energies, to work with chakras and energies, to do healing things that co-create, to create that gives birth, and to allow decomposition. The sacred feminine has so many different qualities to it that we don't really understand because we haven't allowed it to vote. We haven't allowed it to have power or to open a bank account. We haven't allowed it to speak up or to make money or to be valued in being a homemaker or whatever aspect of it. So I love that this is giving me, okay, nobody's responding to me. Hello, hello. I really want to get into my slides. Please, may I get into my slides? So what we have is this energy coming back. To me, everything is energy. So when I see it, I'm like, no, thank you. Something flying around in my room. So when we see this energy of Eris, some of you may know of Eris or not. Eris was a Greek goddess, and Eris was discovered in 2005, I think, a while back, about 18 years ago, I think, blah, 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 something like that. And it's a dwarf planet behind Pluto and is actually the reason, this is very interesting energetically, male and female, is we're rebalancing it. So everything we're doing is, maybe if we're focusing more on our feminine, it's because it's been squished, hidden, and we don't know what it's like to empower it. If we're afraid of our sacred masculine, or we're afraid of our masculine because we see people using and abusing and killing and torturing and doing all of that, that is not a balanced masculine. So we don't have to fear it. We can release that as the reality that we're creating. That is not happening on my planet. I am not having that. And then one gets a little more attention this way, the other one gets a little bit more attention that way. So energetically, there's the woman behind the man, and she then was discovered, and then they downgraded Pluto to a dwarf planet because of discovering that she's the same size as him. So we're seeing equality, and we're seeing that, what I love in the Greek culture, you know, that Athena looking eye to eye with Zeus, you know, the father with the daughter slash protector slash wisdom slash truth seer, right? And that is the truth of what's coming forward for us. Now, Eris, like most sacred feminine archetypes, goddesses, serpents, whatever, have been completely changed inside of the history that was been written by the patriarchal perspective that makes all women bad, whether it's from a particular religion or just from culture or from dominating for different reasons. Doesn't matter why anymore. It just was. It just is. So now we're going, oh, we're rebalancing. Isn't that interesting? We've become aware of a new energy that's been affecting us. Well, Eris is considered the goddess of discord. And really, really, really has this ability. She's the sister of Mars. So most of you know Mars, the red planet. It's the representative of the sacred or the masculine. And everybody says Mars is about aggression and war, and they called him the god of war. And that's the only side. Everything has two sides. There's a sacred masculine side to Mars too. So Eris was the sister. So they automatically was like, oh, she's like him. Right. So she was a goddess of war, and she brought discord, and it was perceived and said and told to be, she would go trigger war. Right. And then Mars could come and wage war, you know, and that energy is discord right now. I'm trying to tell Donna, she's like, what do you need? I don't know what you need. So this is not the way that the truth is. Look underneath the energy of any story. And if any energy is in your life, are you having any discord? I'm saying it sarcastically. Thank you. Then what happens is you have the ability to say, is she causing discord, or is she letting me see the discord that's already in my life? Where am I not in harmony with my life? What is out of harmony? What is out of harmony? Okay, now we are in, and I'm going to share. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Tag. I think I caught two of you. Okay, good. So we're looking now at radical choices. The title, I look into the energies of what's happening, the most powerful thing that's happening around when we do these calls, so that we can look at the overall energy we're traveling through. So eclipse energy is still with us. It will be for 6 months, depending on who you are and how it's unfolding. Really kicking my butt into no, 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 do it a new way, do it a new way, do it a new way, pivot again, pivot again. I'm okay with that. Okay. I'm okay with that. If that is what's optimal for me, I can get frustrated with having no energy. I can be like, really, when is this going to change? And then I go back, acknowledge, accept what I'm feeling, and I go back into, all right, if this is the path, what, where, why. So I'm letting you know that if radical things are happening to you right now, if the intensity has been turned up, if the discord has been turned up, it's Eris. And so the page is not live yet. However, I want to share, we're going to be tweaking this a little bit, but the Mysteries of Ancient Avalon Sacred Feminine Magic Retreat and the Empower the Inner Goddess second retreat is going to be on these dates. So this is an immersive, divine, mystical soul quest. We're going to make wands. We're going to go into the wells and the springs. We're going to go, this is the sacred Isle of Avalon. We're going to work with ley lines. We're going to learn how to douse ley lines and then activate them within our light body. I've got some incredible women that are going to help with us. We're going to meet in the goddess house, and it's just going to be incredible. So October 7th to 13th. And then the second one is the 13th to 17th, where we're going to go not that far away to Avebury Circle, the largest stone circle. It is not as reconstructed as Stonehenge. However, it is the largest in all of the UK. And it has multiple circles, and we're going to stay there, and we're going to be inside of them, and we're going to go to more sites that are nearby, and we're going to be activating those energies, doing our sacred ceremony, reconnecting to the goddess, going into the sacred stones, into the history. And again, I'm going to bring one of these divine women who is literally one of the leading experts. She has books, she speaks, she teaches you to douse, and she understands the mystic side. She's also a druid, and just wonderful. So I've been finding my way to connect through all of this transformation I'm having to these energies that are drawing me forward. It hasn't been smooth or fast or easy, and yet it is birthing. So it's like birth, it's coming together. Whatever you're creating may be coming together as well. And what we will do, if you want to come to both of them, which most people do, to be honest, is that you'll arrive on the 7th, we'll do the whole thing. On the 13th, you'll depart or arrive if you're only coming for the 2nd, or have a beautiful day to just be in this gorgeous, magical place. And I've reserved these incredible rooms at the Apple Fairy B&B. There's a mermaid room, there's a hobbit room, and there's another one I forget right now. And it is amazing, all magical and beautiful, just to match our theme of awakening that sacred feminine magic and balancing the sacred masculine feminine. So we're going to actually learn how to follow and douse the ley lines, the Mary and the Magdalene line cross here. We're going to be in the ancient abbey. We're going to be, it's going to be fabulous. So anyway, then we will move to Avebury, have a few nights there in this wonderful, quaint thing, and eat at the Red Lion Inn, which happens to have amazing vegetarian food on top of other stuff. and really immerse ourselves in this magical landscape, this enchanted place that totally opens portals between time and space. So all temples, as you hear me say here, are stargates. So this is a stargate. Avebury Circle is a stargate. And so this is a cosmic, it's an earth elemental magic awakening. And I'm going to be teaching you magic and activations. This is what I'm going to be doing some calls on, some live streams on, and I have been unwilling or unable to get my spirit to agree to committing to time, in case you've seen me have live streams and then taken them down, because part of the discord that Eris is pushing up for me is out of alignment with how I'm giving, over giving or overdoing or this or that, or not listening to myself and saying, I would really love to be doing a live stream today, but I can't. I need to be doing this other thing. This is much more aligned. So watch for these. They'll be coming up. Like I said, if you subscribe or you get on nanakasha.com, we will send you a reminder. So let's look a little bit more at Eris, and then we'll dive into Jupiter and Uranus. Okay, Uranus conjunctions. So I'm going to tell you what all of that means. Don't worry about it, because reminding you, even if you kind of remember, no, it always helps, because you're like, oh, yeah. All right, so Greek goddess of strife, which is what? Grief and struggle, right? Feeling attacked and embattled, that feeling. And discord. Discord is, I feel out of sync. I don't know what to do. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know who I am. If you've had any of these things happening, I say welcome them, accept them, because Eris is giving you a huge opportunity to feel into where you are not coming into harmony with the new you that is needing to be acknowledged and allowed to be born and resurrected and seen and supported. So the state of acceptance is where your emotional body forgives and your mind comes into harmony. So, excuse me a second. My body was reminding me that it was time to have my green juice, and I was getting a little off center. So, why would somebody come along and say, that's not working for you? Why are you doing that relationship? Why are you doing it this way? Why don't you ask for a different agreement? Why don't you look for a different job? This isn't working. You thinking about this for yourself. This isn't working. Constantly repeating what you were told, that you're not good enough. Whatever it is, that's a spiritual ally, right? That's a beautiful guide. So that you can shapeshift from the old unserving ways. So this is an unknown goddess energy that got activated on the 13th. So I said it was been a few days ago. So it's part of this whole eclipse thing. You go through the eclipse, you arrive in a new room. This goddess of discord shows up and says, well, wait a minute. Did you bring any shit with you that you don't need? Or are you still trying to tune into the old stuff that's back there in the other room? You're not in accord. Okay. There is no coherence. So this is not a good place to create your new reality from. So now we have this opportunity for going, because she's considered the goddess of the underworld. Why? Because Pluto, the masculine planet, that's the one we've been looking at right next to her, clearly they are partners, is the god of the underworld. This divine energy, yay, feminine energy, received the self, the sun, infusion of gold ray energy. That's life force energy. Okay. That's Kundalini energy. That is creation energy. That is the sacred masculine saying, I am going to give you the strength, or I am going to build for you what you need to now step into your new reality, your new home, your new life, your new path. So aligned with her, highlighted her, saw her, brought her, made her visible to us. This means we've released a new sacred feminine ray of creation, I think, by acknowledging her. And now the sun coming and doing this conjunction in the dragon year. This is the goddess and the dragon. So I've been being told by my dragon guides and my other energies for 2 months now. We've been making all this artwork, goddess and dragon, goddess and dragon, goddess and dragon. And I'm like, what do I do with it? Well, it's the sacred feminine and the Kundalini. And the Kundalini is your life force energy that is inside of your womb. And this is what needs to be freed and balanced. So the sacred masculine and feminine has to be balanced within your body for you to become enlightened, for you to see, feel, understand, and create from the present moment in your true path. So this feminine ray has a new life now and is really actually coming into our consciousness. We could not have perceived and achieved this connection even 10 or 20 years ago. Now, this is helpful to walk this path of destruction. Doesn't sound good. However, if you're still attached to everything needs to be perfect, everything has to be good, everything has to be organized, everything has to be happy, we need to all stop having strife. It's a part of reality. Accept it. It doesn't mean that you're choosing more war. It means you're choosing to say, this is what is. And if things are deconstructing and I accept it, then I can be a part of the deconstruction instead of being surprised, shocked, overwhelmed by it. Okay? Deconstruction and creation are the cycle, the underworld and the upper world, the yin and the yang, the building and the intuitive, the spirit that enters the container. Okay, all of these are the things that we're coming aware of because we have to be our own creator. And the age of Aquarius is about individual spirit, expansion, 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 using technology, using spiritual technology, as well as computers and stuff, in order to support us to let go of the mundane and become more and more powerful in this now moment as an individual spiritual channel. However, if we're out of harmony and in discord because we're not accepting ourselves, we're walking around saying, I'm never going to be enough. Why is it going to happen? How am I going to pay my bills? What if this doesn't happen? Why doesn't anybody sign up for my courses? I just did this whole thing, but now I'm out of whack. Whatever it is, we have to go through the shadow. We have to go through the underbelly. We have to be in a place where we can allow Eris, a sacred feminine essence that says, poke, 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 right? What else is in discord? All the way down so that you can walk in harmony. And what is walking in harmony? It's not that, oh, this is perfect and everybody is doing what I want them to do. It's everybody's doing whatever they're doing right now. And you're walking separate from their trauma, separate from their beliefs in your personal, private, present, prosperous, powerful, purposeful present moment. Okay. Now she's here to say, I'm going to keep showing you while you're traveling through the darkness, while the change is being supported or initiated by these other energies. So the male feminine imbalance is correcting. We hear it talked about. I'm very grateful for that. People are learning to do things like yoga and yin yoga and meditation and respecting yourself and unplugging from your agenda and your pressure and unplugging from the family patterns and thoughts and cleansing and clearing and upgrading your chakras and all of the different things that are happening right now is fantastic. We have to understand the planet and the cultures, the society's perceptions, they're dramatically, critically, and massively out of balance. We don't even understand how far they're out of balance because in this life, we have never experienced balance. Period. End of story. I don't even want to argue about it. That's just the truth. So if you're all of us waking up to this extreme repression of the feminine intuitive energies, noticing in ourselves where we haven't spoken up or we haven't had the same opportunities as a woman, as men. I've had my own businesses for a crazy amount of time. And I realized very quickly that one, the opportunities were not the same as if you go into corporate, I guess, right? That my sister was passed over as a banker, the best at it too. I'm not a fan of hers. We're not close. However, she was very, 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 very good. And she's like a genius, you know? And, but because she was a woman at the time, okay, that was very common. I don't know if it is now. And so in your own business is the same. I went into real estate investing. I went to the meeting. I finally found the local investors meeting. It was all men. It wasn't for a few months that one woman showed up who came and went. I was one of two women who were the only full-time people in the business, and the other one worked for one of these men. So I love guys. I have them for friends. It wasn't like I didn't feel comfortable. And they turned out to be the core people, some of my best, dearest friends. ever. And they did things that bonded them that I couldn't do. I wasn't going to go to the gun club. I wasn't going to smoke cigars. I wasn't going to go drink a bunch of whiskey. I wasn't going to whatever. I'm not saying they all did that, but whatever it was. If we all went out for a drink or for some dinner after the meeting, it was fantastic. It was totally harmonious. However, those places where you see the men's club doing business with each other, it's been part of the pattern. So the repression has been opportunities or perceived opportunities. And we know history has had women dressing as men to be able to become educated, to be able to go to a bar, to be able to see what life is like to walk the streets freely or whatever. So we're in an age where we have a lot more privileges. Women and men, it doesn't matter who you are. You have been repressed too in your sacred feminine aspects. So these powers over a long time, the fear that's been embedded around it, the burned at the stake syndrome, the inner maybe unknowable, I don't even know why I have a fear of expressing myself, being a healer or telling my family that I'm not going to go to this job anymore. I'm going to go figure out something else because it's more important that I'm happy. And they're like, even though they love you. So it's the disconnection, the discord of believing everyone else, living in everyone else's life, allowing everybody else's opinions to come first, sacrificing yourself for everyone else, thinking of yourself as not good enough, and allowing your prosperity to come to you from any channel. I'm receiving a message right now. You know who you are. I know you're on here. And I forgot to tell you the other day. The message is that when you do your own inner work, you may not be the one that receives the benefits. It doesn't sound fair. However, you've impacted your field. Therefore, what you see around you is also impacted. An example is you do prosperity work and your partner makes more money and you don't. And then you feel pissed. And then you say, oh, wait a minute. I changed so they were able to change. I did the prosperity work and they live with me and we share energy. Okay. Or you do prosperity work and your daughter gets something, or you do love work and you don't attract your love, but your best friend does, or so on. Okay. You have to start not being so, oh my God, poor me, and say, if I am creating a wave of prosperity around me, isn't that what I want anyway? That's the sign that your reality is shifting, and you have to remember that. So your work that you're doing, sweetheart, is having a profound effect on your family, and you know that. Okay, I told you most of this, and we're going to move now into the container that we've been living in, right? Repression, control, false beliefs, false history, horrible prejudice, horrible injustice, whether intentionally or not. You may be waking up to the fact that you look down on certain things, you judge certain things, you look up to certain things, put certain things on a pedestal, whatever it is, towards yourself or others, past, present, or future. You reclaim your power by accepting that's what it is and forgiving it, giving it away, letting it go. Then you come into harmony in your mind and new possibilities and doors will open. This is the perspective. Okay. So Eris is one of the energies, and all these energies are working for our highest good. That is here to free us, to help align to a new perspective. A new perspective is your ability to believe, see, and free yourself from the limits of your perception, what you believe is true, because what you believe is not true. It's true for you because you've put it into practice. It isn't true, so you can change it. You're a shapeshifter. And now we're breaking down the old to move out of this misalignment with our true power and the purpose, and back to the harmonious mind and the body and the soul, the trinity of potential and new creativity. So she's a rebel. She overcame judgments and all of that great stuff. And she wants you to come into a greater sense of harmony and unity with your true mission. So really a good time to simply honor this energy that's here to help us find this within ourselves. Find the fearless warrior, the part of you that can cause discord in your life. Accept discord because your truth is you're ready to come back into harmony. Okay. Now, this is higher consciousness work. this could look like discord in a very base way, like I don't want to have sex with my partner, or I'm feeling out of sync. Well, we're in Taurus energy. This conjunction is happening in Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign, and it's about comfort and wealth and possessions and home and sensuality and beauty and money. And all of those things are being forced to change, but are also expanding. So is the poverty expanding? Is the gap between you and your comfort, or you and your new home, or you and your new job, or you and the way that you make money expanding? Or is it your ability to allow it, to accept it, and align with it expanding? Because that's happening. So you're going through dark nights of the soul, lots of it happening. She's here with you. Uranus is a great ally because it's going to say change, sudden change, surprises, awakening, all kinds of different things. And they really work well together. She's also about being. Okay, that's present moment too. And I love that. That the goddess of discord is the goddess of beingness. Well, how could you be if you were in discord? This is where we have to accept that the paradigm is we've come into reality where there's people over here torturing and killing each other, and people over here freeing themselves. And they both exist. It's what you choose to create with. So centered in acceptance, not attached to what's higher or lower, what's past or future, present, or whatever. She can show you how to accept where you are, to reclaim your true power. She's divine power that you can use to allow you to speak up, speak to parts of you that have been hidden, to judged, right, as too something, too loud, too strong, too overbearing, especially as a woman. That was not very allowed or revered or respected. Being, cooperative, being helpful, supporting the man or supporting the organization or the project, operating more as a true mother, cleaning and cooking in the background. These aren't bad things to do. These are not the only way to support in a sacred feminine way. So along with the other radical energies that we're talking about, she's offering some powerful change. So here's something she's asking. Where have you been out of harmony with your voice, your truth, your desires, your power? Where are you out of harmony with allowing your prosperity to show up in many, many different ways instead of staring at the one window? How can you express yourself? Speak your truth. How do you start to stand up for your needs and allow yourself to be seen, even if you don't feel safe? If you're out of harmony, you don't wait until things are harmonious, because when they're not in harmony is the time to say, this is not in harmony. What keeps you from being authentically yourself? What can cause so much what can I cause, like amplify the discord with, so that it falls away? And you know that if you vibrate something, that it will change its structure. And if you see sand on a speaker or water on a plate, and you vibrate a certain current, a frequency like ohm or something through it, it changes its form and it turns into a sacred geometrical shape. It literally transmutes, metamorphosizes, and then starts to vibrate with something new. So causing more discord with something would cause it to fall away. You can face any challenge when you know within it lies a secret power and freedom and love. Okay, so let's now move into a little bit more of the radical change and the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction energy. I've talked already about it. Radical is what we're talking about. I want you to understand what that means, because Uranus is about radical change. Aquarius is about radical change. That's the heretic. That's the protester. It's also the one that is being a heretic within. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to put up with that anymore. I'm not going to treat myself this way anymore. I'm not going to overgive. I'm not going to undernourish. I'm not going to under-receive. I'm not going to carry all the burdens or the heaviness. I'm not going to judge that I just, hurt my knee and that it's this terrible bad thing. How can you radically self-care, radically self-love, radically accept yourself, radically walk through this and say, yeah, bring it on. What the hell? Okay. So the purpose of radical energies is, again, just like we were talking about, to shake things up, because radical isn't accord and alignment. Radical is separation from the norm, separation from that, sudden awakening, sudden unwillingness, sudden changes in mood, sudden relationships that don't seem to be going right. What are you becoming aware of? Radical is a power that must be respected, okay? Because it's like, don't turn your back on the ocean, kabam, you're going to get knocked over, but also harnessed. Very important because of the deep imprint that it makes on your life. Past radical shifts left shock patterns within you. It was pretty radical being born into a body. There's still shock in your system from that. So everything in the universal metamorphosis stage right now is about melting, peeling, shedding the old way of thinking, believing, beginning, choosing, everything. This portal will trigger old shocks that are still in your system, some earthquakes, okay, yeah, and help it to release. Now, because you no longer can carry it, you can no longer poison yourself with it, you can no longer rise over here to more money, more happiness, more purpose, more being seen, more travel, more whatever. I do not live this life because I made millions of dollars and kept it. I live this life because I lost everything over and over. And the last time I made a shit ton of money, I lost it all. And this optimal life would not have been born if I kept thinking that I have to do that in order to have the life I want. Don't put it in front of you. Don't put anything in front of you. So what is melting in your life right now will be expanded and pushed into a sudden radical shift. So if you soften to it, you accept that you're supported by your guides, you're supported by Eris, you're supported by Jupiter, you're supported by your blueprint, your divine mission, you'll be present, you'll be aware, you're not going to be stiff, you're not going to be resistant. If you are, it's okay. You can be like, oh, I'm a little bit afraid, but okay, I'll dip my toe in. Oh, I'm going to go back over here and curl up with my safety thing, my blankie, and just have a little cappuccino. And then I'm going to go back out there into the world. That's okay. This isn't about pushing yourself. The sacred feminine is not about push, conquer that hill, kill that thing, do it now. It's about I can speak up. I can accept the support. I can feel safe. I can recognize. That's a very radical shift. So how do you connect to your luminous song, the song of your soul, the soul signature frequency you came in with is not just being revealed to you at a higher frequency, and it is so different from what you've been living that you don't know how to recognize your own truth. It's pretty cool though. So this is the energy you emit. It's very powerful. Even if you're unaware of it, the signals that you're sending 24/7 from your thoughts, from your emotions, oh no, I can't control it. Well, you're doing it. So that's the way it is. Accept it and you'll be free to come into harmony. Eris is going to help us make sure that we don't do that. Live with discord. Keep walking in that discord until you find the way to come out of the discord and reconnect. Well, we have a conjunction with the Jupiter and Uranus, and a conjunction is emerging. It's being together. It's a hug. Okay. So you're sending the blend of what you think, what you believe, what you carry mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, in your relationships and more into the world. And that is what's creating your reality. Your reality is not my reality. And I had deep awarenesses of this at a whole other level at my recent retreat, because I was watching people get triggered, and then I was watching them project, and I was watching the projections onto me, onto others, and then the healing. And I can see the bigger picture. So I remember saying to this one lady who was like, la, la, la. And I was like, oh, well, I'm very glad that you're having this healing opportunity. And it'll be fun. It'll be nice to see, how you process it. Just love and accept yourself tonight. Healing process. This isn't a healing process. You did this to me. They did that to me. This did this to me. Well, it's a healing process. So go to bed, love yourself. Let's see what happens. By morning, oh, I found the healing. I fell through the bottom, right, of the healing. So doesn't matter if you're in rejection or refusal or denial, just keep allowing the discord, and then keep not allowing the discord, if you get what I mean. Okay, so Your past experiences must be removed from power. They are not the authority of what gets to create your life, and Uranus is rescuing you. Let go, rise to tell a new story, and form a new perspective, and no longer burned by the heavy emotional blanket that you and Gaia are wearing. We are Gaia. Gaia is our body. Gaia is within us. Gaia is in every form, right? So that energy that we are all wearing, emotional heaviness. So Uranus asked Jupiter to expand this change into a huge portal of potential and possibility. You cannot find your way to creating a new reality or life or income or health or awareness, love or business, whatever it is, if you're stuck in a mindset of belief and patterns of powerless perspective. So I would recommend that if you want to join the mastermind, reach out to me. We're wrapping that up this week. And, if you want to contact me over the weekend, that's fine. But it's time to really coalesce this incredible journey that we're on. Now, what happens? Radical change, vulnerability, being witnessed, being seen, being supported, seeing others' patterns, their change, being able to reflect to other people what you're learning from your path, the pain you've had instantly. This is a path of power. It's a huge portal of possibility and potential. That's what's always happening for us. However, if we're stuck in a powerless perspective and we're thinking it, then we're creating more of that in our future, even the next moment or the next week or your income by the end of the year. I don't know. So everyone and everything is having radical change. Don't think it's just you, and don't think that you're special, except for that your job is to take care of you and not everybody else. Now, that's different if you're actually caring for somebody in a certain way. So understand what I mean here. So please don't fear, though. Utilize this present moment for what it is. Don't waste time wishing it was different. Ask yourself, what can you use this energy for? Radical change energy? Expansion energy? Good fortune energy? Discord energy? What could you use this for? How could these be the tools your soul, your spirit, your higher self, your guardian angels, Mother Mary, Jesus, Thoth, the unicorns, whatever. What is this gift for you? Listen, it will come to you in the messenger that is so perfect for you because you love that messenger. You understand that messenger. You vibrate with that messenger. And that's where your harmony is always there. It's the discord, believing you're supported or believing that you can hear or receive these divine energies. And you have people waiting for you to step into your power. So saying, well, I'll just wait, or well, it's not the time. These energies aren't going to allow you to wait, and they're going to keep poking you. So because the earth and the trees and everything carries the shock and the confusion, we must all be freed. And therefore, everyone else's may be showing you, oh, I'm not alone, or oh, look how that person just got through it. And the Akasha might be opening to you moment by moment as people are freeing themselves or rising out or accepting their pain. So honor and accept this part of you that wants to hide, that wants to go backwards, that wants to seek the familiar, even if it's not comfortable, because right now there's no comfort zone anyway. Change is too fast. When you get something, it shifts again. When you get something, it shifts again. Oh, I get it now. Oh, no, it's going to shift now. Oh, I get it now, but now I'm required to use it in a new way. Oh, I understand this. I'll take a break and then I'll go apply it to my business. No, that's not going to happen. Okay. So have you noticed that you can't get comfortable? If you're uncomfortable in your body and your skin and your life and your thoughts and your mind, that's exactly what this moment is designed for. So, okay, surrender. Okay, everything is to help us become free of the matrix and the conditioning and the agreed upon reality that no longer serves anyone. That includes who you believe you are, where you think money has to come from, and everything else. So ask, what are you holding on to? What are you unwilling to do? What are you unwilling to accept? What are you unwilling to leave? Because you want to use this energy as a conscious creator. You want to be the conscious creator. In this way, you use this powerful energy, not just saying, oh no, I only want the happy energies. You say, yeah, this stuff goes deep. Let's do it, baby. Okay. This is what my school this year, which is forming right now, and I'm going to probably next week going to give you all of these incredible announcements of what my shedding and rebirth self-loathing and resurrection and transformation and pain and self-judgment and illusions falling apart is turning into. Is it easy? No. Is the critical voice there underneath at some point? Yes. It comes, it goes. It's okay. This is the becoming, not the ta-da, I've now risen and I'm going to stand like a mountain and never change, although mountains change too, right? So you're the master of your life, and you can know that now you can know what's going on and step into the radical change your soul has prepared you for. I love this picture. I took it with Chris's GoPro. It is in one of the cenotes. This is a sacred water cave, pure waters like you can't believe. You can see how clear they are. It's a very deep one, and this is a beautiful lady at the retreat. We went to so many of these. In this particular one, we had been in another one. We did the sacred activation that I channeled, and then we went in here to be supported. So we have life vests on and we're supported and we're floating in this, and it's like floating in this purity. I want you to think about, what if you were supported by this? What if underneath you was this kind of clarity, even if it was your emotion? What if you could just let go and lean back and just float and understand that you are surrounded with Gaia, you are surrounded with love, the divine energies of the womb and the creation, the above and the below. You see the water and the yang and the breath and the air and the earth, and all of this is here for you. So all these things that you're feeling, you want to honor them. And this is an invitation to begin to consciously be willing and actively pay attention to changing your thoughts. Okay, I really want you to write that one down. Do your thoughts support you, or do they scare you? Do your supports limit you? Do they prevent you from thinking what's possible? Or do they say, you know, I'm just going to go see. I'm just going to go see if I could get the car I really want, instead of telling myself I can't have it and feeling depressed because my car broke. You're being liberated from everything that's breaking. And guess what? There's something bigger and better and more wonderful. And if it doesn't manifest in a new car or a Mercedes Benz, don't get attached to it. There's something better for you. All right. So now remember, we're in the Taurus energy. So do your thoughts, especially around Taurus themes, money, security, success, fortune, how are they operating? Are they in harmony or discordant? And what is changing? This conjunction blends the opportunities. So this shift is about working in an outdated paradigm of who you think you are and the reality you've created, and recognizing, well, I'm in the reality I created. I'm not going to get mad at it anymore. And into the reality that you are here to create, because we're no longer slaves to the system. Whether you think of it as being freed from karma, or waking up, or being aware that this was a pattern, that this was a completion, that this was an agreement, and now you can move forward. Whatever it is, you're free. And you get to remember. So here's what a conjunction is. It's an aspect, that's a relationship. The planets that we're talking about are conjuncted are Jupiter and Uranus. Who they are, their personalities, are going to decide the conjunction energy. So it's when they're together, exactly, they line up in the same sign, in the same degree, 21, Taurus. So Taurus energy and 21 also affect the energies right now. So there's a lot of very specific energies, like a remedy, like an elixir, that are created for this exact moment, being in the prosperous, powerful present moment with my prosperity magic manifesting mastermind. It means that moment is coming. Oh, this is what's going on right here. I'm not going to try to paint because it's dark. I'm not going to try to cook because there's no gas, right? You're going to do something that's more relevant and appropriate to the moment. It's a full merging, and it creates a very strong blend of the elements involved. It's a meetup, but it isn't necessarily harmonious. Okay, if the two things that are meeting up really have a lot of conflict, like I want peace and harmony and I want war and challenges, then you're going to see that blending. Could you merge them? All right. Just very quickly, in case you're not familiar, malefic or benefic are generalized personalities or energies assigned to certain planets. And the malefics are Saturn and Mars, meaning they tend to bring more difficult type of energies. Sometimes Uranus, what we're talking about right now, Neptune, Pluto, and Black Moon Lilith are considered malefics, but they're more in the neutral zone. All right. They're not, none of these are bad. They just tell you that when Saturn or Mars comes, generally we're going to feel them as powerful, maybe blocking the way, maybe triggering anger, and maybe we don't want anger. However, all things have two sides. What's the sacred masculine side of Mars? It's action. It's the energy to take action. It's the energy to go out and say, I don't care who's throwing war, spears at me. I'm moving forward. I got my shield. I got my thing. I'm going to go do what I want to do. Right? You can take the energy of both of those. The benefic ones are Jupiter and Venus. Of course, we have Jupiter. So we have one Uranus who's kind of a malefic, maybe if you don't like change, neutral planet, with a benefic Jupiter, the planet of good fortune and expansion, Venus, and sometimes Sun, Moon, and Mercury tends to be mostly neutral. So Uranus, what is Uranus? Awakening, sudden change, radical, forced growth, freedom. Maybe not, I didn't want to be free. I just got kicked out of my house. Okay, well, that maybe wasn't the way you wanted freedom, but you weren't taking action. The moment was coming. The train was going by. Your spirit wants you to jump now, jump now, jump now. There's something happening. Okay, if you feel drawn to go to Avalon, think about it seriously. And go to the place that says where and how does that open, or anything in your life. Okay, put anything right there, because the freedom is going to be to free you from what? I can't, I won't, I don't, I never get to, blah, blah, blah. All right. So awakening, technology in terms of expanding the possibility, being able to see Eris is because of technology. Breaking rules, boundaries, limits, revolution, evolution. That's not an option. It's not like, no, I'm going to pass. Not that. The desire for bigger, better, ignited inner power to change, reclaiming the mind and authenticity. This is a radical heretic or a pathfinder or a maverick kind of energy. So where could you use this energy? Think about it. Talk to Uranus. Bring that energy in. Use the energy up for yourself. Don't just wait for it to kick your butt. Step outside of the tribe. Follow your own heart. Da-da. Jupiter energy, luck, expansion, fortune, magical influence, abundance. Be careful what you got abundance in, right? Can give everything a positive perspective or a silver lining. Success. Now that success may be the success of something, like the success of the divorce that you didn't want, but it could be success also of the divorce you did want. All right. Energy to focus ahead. Like, remember, it's like an arrow. It's Sagittarius. It's my planet. Okay. And the ability to focus on what's coming ahead, fantastic, because we're going into uncertainty. We don't know what to look in. So it tends to make us go backwards in the big picture from a higher perspective. Taurus energy, money, home, comfort, physical things, luxury, homes, food, farming, sensuousness, manifesting, enjoying, allowing, and the environment. And we have a little bit of Mercury retrograde going on. And of course, we have the eclipse. We went into a new reality. We're getting used to that. It's going to keep affecting us for 6 more months at least. And we have the dragon energy, which we talked about, building something new, using your creativity. This is also rare energy. It hasn't been since 1941 that Jupiter and Uranus conjunct in Taurus. It conjuncts every 14 years. So you also might think, if you can remember what was happening to you in 2010, some of those themes might come up. Doesn't mean you're repeating anything because you're different, but those are some of the loops in time and space that these portals and these energies do. Okay, so they meet, rapid change. You're here on a journey, creating your own unique timeline. You can no longer have to agree with, go along with, or choose what family or society makes within your own system, within your own matrix. You're creating your reality. This is breaking free from societal norms. This new path is being unsettled. Taurus is an earth sign. So these shaky energies are like an earthquake underneath. Okay. It causes the physical to actually shape. Okay. Change. There was a 20-minute earthquake in Albuquerque, and this giant mountain was formed that's still there today. This was many millions of years ago. So this is a powerful, peaceful, potential, positive messenger, because 21 degrees is a peaceful kind of energy that is bringing messages of protection from hidden realms. The hidden realms are bringing messages of protection for you as you walk through this, not to be hidden from, not to be protected from them as you walk on this shaky ground. Okay, it's going to feel like, I don't know who I am, nothing's staying the same, why isn't things the same? Accept it, accept it, accept it. Don't argue with it. You're in a place that will open you to channels, to your spirit, to your higher self, to your angels, to your guardian dragons, to your, all of the things that you really, really want. And that's that. So I'm going to wrap up now. Let's see, my 4-year-old daughter, Avalona, wanted me to tell you, she says, hi, Avalona. Wow. Isn't your mom awesome and magical naming you that? I got named Nancy. I stopped arguing with it, but I always wanted a beautiful name. Very magical, Avalona. You are a beautiful, magical goddess. Thank you for coming. I'm so amazingly happy you're here. That's, 4-year-old, they're so pure. They came in at this moment because there's still something here they want to unravel, and yet they're bringing in a purity that we can't even imagine. So, and thank you, Mama. Okay, yin yoga. Yeah, one of my other people here teaches yin yoga. Hello, Marty. Hello, Jill. Oh, you're in a constant shift. Exactly, right, Jill? We are like the sacred serpent. We're just always moving in it. It's not a goal-oriented reality anymore. I thankfully discovered that quite a while ago because I was chasing and doing my spiritual work, which was okay, but I was doing it in a way that I was taught in the masculine-oriented patriarchal world, which was have a goal, go towards it, achieve it, kill everything in the way. There it is. Now it is done. I will sleep. And there's nothing wrong with using the sacred masculine energy to, build something, make it happen, create a good structure, be able to stay focused for a while. Wow, I haven't been able to stay focused. It's like I flow through my day like this. Oh, I need to text that person. Oh, that's right, this thing came up. Oh, I better pendulum this. Oh, the dragons are calling. Oh, this is happening. Oh, I'm going to go back to writing this article. It's just, and it's okay. And yet the awareness of it is more from showing me to watch it and then be more of a conscious creator in allowing it and then bringing it. But that is such a perfect thing. Shed, Kokukan says, shed the old, you're already perfectly formed underneath. So yes, the sacred serpent is one of the most powerful guides I've ever encountered. I know it's been, even when I was going to Egypt, I wasn't ever really focused on the sacred serpent, even though, shows up in all the cultures as our life force, as our kundalini, as the guide. But for the Maya, it is the supreme sun god that came down the layers of consciousness and is by our side saying up and down, flow through life, and then shed what you don't need. Realize when a snake sheds their skin, they rub on something rough. To me, that's very profound. We're going through rough times. We're going through things that aren't comfortable. We're going through, what's happening now? How do I feel today? Why didn't this work? That didn't work. This didn't, that's what we're doing. And it's the times, these cosmic energies are giving us those thorns, right? That will grab onto who we were as we emerge and will help us to shed that skin. We were at a sacred Mayan site once. We did an activation. We were talking, Kukulkan came in and all kinds of other major things. And then we walked along the wall of the chalk rain god masks and got to the end of it. And there was a snake skin hanging out of the rough, exposed rocks of the temple. And we all just were like, I one time saw one hanging from a very thorny tree, like a bougainvillea where they have occasionally those thorns, and it was just hanging from the thorn. But the beautiful thing is the snake is already perfectly formed already. It's not coming out raw like a baby. It's new skin, it's new identity, it's new clothes. And if it's a rattlesnake, it's new rattle. Which is the equivalent of your crown chakra. A new level of your crown chakra has been formed, and then you slide out of that skin. But we don't tend to slide out of it in just one big long, it's like, So it's so wonderful to be with you. It's so wonderful to share all of this, and I hope that you will share these videos. Let me know what else you need more of, and watch so that we can come together I know that the energies are rising and ready to share some magical portals with you. So I think I was sharing something in the beginning. I began to see the tour constantly. We've been making these tour images, and that's the Isle of Avalon. And they showed it to me like one of those calendars that's like paper that has the little paper doors that you open one a day or something. And it said, this is what you're doing. And it was just over the entire tour, and the landscape around it, which is where the sacred wells are, and depending on how well Glastonbury, I call it Avalon, and the little doors were all over. They were doors into the fairy realm, doors into the tour, into the wells, into the currents, into this, through the mists, into the goddess realm. And it was like, you're opening these, and I'm like, cool. I love it. I don't know exactly how. I know that the work I'm doing, how I'm connecting, how I'm bringing it through me is going to start to pour out, and it's going to be part of our path in the next 6 months. Also, I want to share with you that, oh my goodness, let me see if Donna has it. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll put it in. The Intuition Awakening class for the summer camp is going to be open for enrollment soon. And let's see if I have, here we go. It's going to start on June 27th, and just after our solstice experiences, and go through August 1st. So if you're interested in what we have been calling the Intuition Awakening Summer Camp, elemental intuitive communication and healing magic is going to be our theme. Probably will change exactly how that is said. However, this is, doesn't matter who you are, where you are, brand new or totally stellar channel or healer or whatever. This is a gathering of fun and play where we practice and play and receive energy downloads. I do readings for you, you do readings for each other, and you get to see how you're ready to open the gifts that you have right now. And I know most of my private clients, most of my mastermind members, most of the people in a lot of my classes have been through one or more of the last, I think, 3 years of Intuition Awakening summer camps. And they're one of those opportunities to take that quantum leap in whatever area of your life. So we will be sharing a little more about that too. All right. Oh, thanks, Maureen. I'll see you soon. And Lisa said, so interesting connecting to the feminine energies lately and the intensity of everything. It is interesting. It's so fun to allow ourselves to feel deeper instead of being afraid of feeling or being too emotional or whatever you might have been told about your feminine energies, and to sit with them. And instead of them being the grieving mother or the wounded child or the empath that's too sensitive and hiding, we can sit in there until we reveal that inside of all those aspects of us are the powerful goddess, the ancient priestess, the intuitive channel, that is the sacred mother of creation. That's who we are. Fairies in the garden, fairies in the garden. Jill's in England, so of course you do. I know you have a beautiful English garden that's exactly what fairies like, which is what is so wonderful about English gardens. In any aspect of your garden, if you leave it wild, even a little patch, the fairies will love you. They will concentrate their energies there. All right. Thank you, Lucille. Thank you, Lam. I love you too. Just going to take a moment. I'm trying to rush because it went so long and I wanted it to be shorter. And so I'm going to instead drop into the moment and give thanks to our sacred space and to our divine guides and to all the energies who've been here with us. Our heart chakra bowls. Did I show you my mermaid shell that I found the day of the eclipse, I think? And there were no shells out really. And this one was buried. And how I found it is still a miracle to me. And this is a very rare shell. I find a lot of shells, but this is a very rare shell for my beach right now. And if you're still here, let's see what the dragons have to say. So we're going to be talking a lot more about the dragons. The dragon and the goddess energies have showed me that they're doing something like a weaving of a DNA energy now. The dragon representing the sacred masculine, the goddess representing the sacred feminine, and the reweaving of our DNA and the awakening of our kundalini and the cleansing of our divine light channel. So this is called the Dragon Path. These are really lovely cards if you're interested in dragon cards, and they are by Carolyn Mitchell. All right, so we ask that the dragon realms now that have supported us and gathered in this sacred circle, all the divine energies from Avalon to Greece, from the Mayan temples to the Egyptian, and to all that is unfolding and all that is releasing. She jumped right out. The platinum, beautiful. This is like a transpersonal chakra, platinum. And she's actually holding what looks like chakra colors with the violet flame coming out the top. And the number is XX111, which is 13. But if those numbers mean anything to you in particular, so you can see that she's holding, between her paws and coming up a pillar of light that is like your central channel. Wow, it is your central channel. And it's got the chakra colors. However, it's forming like a light and a net, helping to sort of, it's uneven, it's not balanced, it's not perfectly balanced. So to me, it's actually representing and showing us this imbalance in our masculine and feminine. You see, it's not super bad, but that's, and yet out the top here, we do have the sacred flame coming up. So these are fairly new cards for me. I haven't used any of the dragon cards for a little while. I've been carrying my Avalon, my Mists of Avalon cards with me literally to every room in the house. So let's take a look real quick what this says about the platinum. These are the Earth Walk dragons. This is one of the Earth Walk dragons. I love that because the earth elemental energies of that I'm teaching and sharing and that the school is going to be birthing into is very relevant. Here we go. So, yep. Platinum. I am the keeper of secrets. This incredible being is the guardian of the Atlantean temples. Oh, yes. He connects to Saint Germain and is the historian and record keeper of all events during the Atlantean era and can take you to and bestow upon you the magic encompassed in that time. Very, very, very wonderful. I am the keeper of secrets which are as old as the universe itself. I am here to impart this ancient knowledge to you, for yourself and for others. The wisdom has been hidden for eons and forgotten by many. Now is the time for these memories to resurface and for you to acquire ancient knowledge. Like many things, these secrets have been hidden in plain view. I love that. Secrets hidden in plain view. Write that down and ask to be shown the secrets in your path that have been hidden in plain view, that you're ready and willing to see them now. All you need to do is ask to be reconnected to them. Well, there you go. I jumped in. During meditation, you can call on him. I really connected to him as a her, and both of them are fine. Divine masculine energy and feminine energy are clearly in this card. And it says that platinum will show you what to learn and recall, bring you into full alignment with new chakra energy, and guide you through the chakra color system. Make you aware of your healing potential, connect you with your abilities deeply, enable you to clear the lower vibrations from your physical and spiritual bodies, paving the way for you to become a truly awesome spiritual warrior. Well, that was awesome. And we're going to welcome this beautiful being to our altar. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, every day. 13 is your birthday. Whoop, whoop, me too. 13 is the best number. Now, 13 is interesting because when I grew up, before I moved to Europe, 13 was considered bad luck. And it's 1333 on my computer right now. How friggin' cool is that? That's the time. And everybody in the US said it was bad luck. And then I moved to Brussels and they said it was good luck. And I said, thank you. That's what's part of my reality. So it tells you you can choose how to create your reality. Josie said, I pulled a royal blue gold dragon card today. That was one of the Atlantis dragon. Yes, they match. I know. And you sent that in the mastermind and 2 other ones too. Josie pulled 3 dragon cards today. Okay. Namaste, everybody. Ciao, ciao. I pause a little bit just to make sure I don't cut you off.